Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rabbi Eliezer Melamed Shlita. Wishing everyone a Chag Sameach, Yom Atzmaut, Chag Atzmaut Sameach, 77 years, Medina Israel, special day of celebration. Wishing safety, of course, those that are in peril, in dangerous path with the arsonist fires. Our enemies never cease to try and get to us, but we will overcome. Hope everyone is staying safe. If air quality and just home safety and personal safety, and please continue davening for Chaylei Tzva Haganah Yisrael, for Shalom Chol Israel, the safe return of our hostages. Learning Le'ili Nishmat Seren Daniel Shimon Arav Duron V'Shalei Hashem Ekum Damo. Only a couple days left that we can vote OIC-MIZRACHI number 5. Please, please, please take 5 minutes and do so. Next halacha. Fairly common occurrence, I would imagine, is what happens if one has to use the facilities in the middle of davening. So, Amar Machachamim, Chazal tell us, this is a Gemara in Brachos and Daf Chav Gimel, Hanitzrach l'nikavav, bein legedolim bein lekatanim al yispalal. If someone has to use the facilities, regardless of, well, let's just use the colloquial term, 1 or 2, then he shouldn't daven. Shnei ta'amim lakach, 2 reasons are given. Because if a person has to go to the bathroom, then he will lose his concentration and his kavanah. And 2, and if the body is containing things that need to be taken out of the body, so it's not proper to stand and feel in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu with this in your system. And let's say he's a doubt, he's not sure if he has to go. Person should really check himself before davening to see if he has to go. And the pasuk in Amos says, "Hikon likras Elokecha Yisrael," to prepare yourself to meet your God of Israel. Nemar, the pasuk in Kohela says, "Shemor raglecha kasher telech al beis Elokim." You have to guard yourself, guard your legs, guard your body when you go into the house of God. And the intention is you have to prepare yourself and guard and protect and safeguard that you won't have to go to the bathroom while you're davening. But there are 2 levels of need when we talk about this topic. Aleph. What we would call a person cannot hold it in. He has to go so badly that he wouldn't be able to wait as long as it would take to walk a parcel, let's say 72 minutes. And Beis, nitzrich mamash aval yochel yisapek yos mishiv v'shtayim dakot. That he could hold it in. He has to go, but he could certainly push it off for at least 72 minutes. Im hischil hispala b'shosha hayitzorch lispanos l'gedolim. If, let's say, he started to daven, and it was a period where he felt that he had to go, and is number 2, and it's not something that he could hold in for 72 minutes, and he kept davening, his tefillah is considered an abomination, so you're not yotzei your obligation, and after he goes to the bathroom, he has to re-daven, he has to daven again. Let's say it was for number 1, and he couldn't hold it in. It's clear that he did the wrong thing. The Acharonim dispute whether this is considered an abomination, as in the prior case. And since we don't have a way to decide who's right in this dispute, so therefore we don't put the obligation to re-daven. You don't have to daven again after you go to the bathroom for number 1. And you should daven what's called a tefillas nedava, sort of a provisional davening. That's a good golf term, by the way, if anybody likes that sport. Provisional. But if a person is able to hold it for 72 minutes and he davens, since he didn't really have to go that badly or that much, then his tefillah is acceptable. But ideally, one has to go to the bathroom. You should go. Even if you could hold it in for that long, you really shouldn't daven. Even if this means that you're going to miss davening with the minyan, Mr. Shmona Esrei, let's say with the minyan, better you should go to the bathroom and daven alone. But let's say if going to the bathroom, when you could theoretically hold it in an acceptable fashion, but if you would go now, that means that you would miss the time to daven altogether, not davening with the minyan, I'm talking about zman tefillah, and then you would lose out on davening, you couldn't even make it up afterwards, then it's better that you should daven and go afterwards. Now, it's different for every person. You'd have to measure for each individual what it means, the ability to hold it in. Let's say at the onset of tefillah, you felt that, yes, I can last, I can make it. But after tefillah, you realize that you made a mistake. So you're in the middle of davening, you realize, oh my gosh, no, I cannot hold this in. Since he went in with proper intentions and he felt that he was okay for him to start davening, even though he was incorrect in his estimation, nevertheless, his davening is still acceptable. If he has a doubt whether he has to go, or if it's only a light need, so it's always best, you should check first and try and go to the bathroom before davening. However, this shouldn't come at the cost of davening with a minyan. Again, this is a place where you're not really sure. So this is I'm sure, a fairly common occurrence. Every shul has a bathroom, and it's just a matter of course one should try and go before davening so you don't run into these issues. And then you will not have any disturbance to your tefillah, or certainly would not be disrespectful to your davening. So, again, Chag Atzmaut Sameach, everyone. Please continue davening for Chalei Tzvah Agana Yisrael, for Shalom L'chol P'tzuei Yisrael, and safe return of our hostages. Nishmat, Sarah, Daniel, Shimon, Rav, Daron, Vashel, Shem, and Domo. Please vote OIC-MIZRACHI number 5. Enjoy the Chag, and we'll see you here next time. Thank you so much for listening.